Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Glenn Goons podcast, or maybe welcome for the first time, because I think this might be the first episode that we've actually uploaded, so thank you for tuning in. We're going to jump in real quick, just do a quick recap of the Duke game, say a few things about that, then we'll jump into talking about Saturday's game against Fran Brown's dumbass and the Syracuse Orange. So just a few quick overview of it. You didn't know about the Duke game. Haynes King shined with 320 total yards, about 200 yards passing, 120 yards rushing, and a rushing touchdown. I was really impressed by Isaiah Kanian. He had a couple of really impressive catches. Eric Rivers had a few catches as well. And the tight ends stayed involved, which was good, and I think that's very promising. Running backs did not really do very well. Jamal only averaged 3.6 yards per carry, and Malachi 2.1. So that was definitely not great, but luckily Haynes King was able to bear most of that load. Overall, the defense played pretty well, I think, especially in the times where we really needed it. The goal line stand that ended up forcing them to kick a field goal. The Omar Daniels scoop and score. Duke only rushed for 68 yards, which was our best performance against the run all season. So that was pretty good. And then it was pretty clear that Mensa was going to throw for a lot of the yards going in the game, and he did, but I think we did a good job of taking away their rushing attack, especially with that freshman running back they have. I'm blanking on his name. He's pretty good, and we got the stops when it really counted. And shout out Jai Gilmore for having a hell of a game.
Georgia State.
Fuck you, Ben Moore, if you happen to watch this.
So, I want
Vanities from Hayden early here.
Yeah, none of us agree with what Hayden has said so far about any individuals who might actually exist. But
Garrett
I would say honestly,
What is Holden talking about right now?
I'm pretty shocked. Yeah, I know Garrett agrees, but I'm pretty shocked at first of all, how bad the offense was in the first half. I mean, it was horrible. But the other thing I think that was underrated this game, which I think hasn't shined in the other games, is our pass coverage was really good, I think, actually. Particularly in the second half, because that one short dude with the shorts on, what his name starts with a B, do we remember his name? He had over 100 yards receiving.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
That guy was absolutely cooking us. But besides that guy, I think we actually locked up pretty good, and especially in the second half we locked up. That guy was absolutely cooking us. He said he went to Harvard, so he's smart as hell. But there's a fair share of Ivy League transfers like that, but I think we did a really good job defending the pass, especially versus, I would say, probably the best or the second quarterback we're going to face the entire year.
I think he's the best quarterback we're going to face all year. I think Stockton's not as good as him, personally.
Yeah. The Pitt
That's why I said best.
Looks pretty great too.
Yeah, but he's still a freshman. He's made a lot of mistakes. He's good, but
I'm glad to hear that.
He's not like Mensa good. Mensa, there's a reason they're paying that kid $4 million. You don't pay a kid $4 million to suck, okay? You saw he was poised. He was really good.
Dude, he's much better than Malik Murphy. They got a huge upgrade from that.
Yeah.
I don't know why Malik Murphy. Maybe they forced him out, honestly. That was kind of a weird situation, I feel like.
Now, Malik Murphy went to Oregon State and is now 1-7, so.
Oh, yeah, they finally
the difference
won.
from watching Duke. Yeah. The difference in watching Duke's offense last year, Bobby Dodd, versus this year, it was crazy. It was night and day. They're so much better this year. Even though we were doing really well in the red zone. I think that was the story of this game with our defense.
And they lost their star running back to Tennessee, so.
Who, Duke?
Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they lost their star running back. What's his name? Something Star to Tennessee, so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They did,
but the guy they replaced him with is pretty good, though.
Yeah,
seriously, that freshman was no joke.
Yeah, they honestly were doing very well, I'll say, for their offense.
I want to take a second before I wanted to talk about Duke too much to just appreciate where we are at this point in the season. We're 7-0, I think one of 6 undefeated teams.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Where's I going with that? The offense looks great. I think overall. I know they had a slow start against Duke, but overall they look great.
When do we not have a slow start on offense?
Yeah, fair.
That's
and
not true. I feel like it's been half and half this season. We haven't been slow every game. I mean, not Syracuse. Virginia Tech, we jumped out 18-0 in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think the offense goes through a lot of ebbs and flows, but we end up putting it together in the end.
Well said.
Yeah.
I want to point out too that the defense has held every single team we played to below their season average.
That's impressive.
Which is super impressive.
Are we including Group of 5 and FCS schools in that average though?
It's a stat I saw, yeah.
That's excluded. That's only against Power 4 opponents.
I think it's against everyone.
Well, it doesn't matter though. Because if we did it against Group of 5 and FCS, as long as we're also doing it against Power 4, if we're just doing it against everyone we played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a per game thing.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, no, that's good. We're doing good.
It shows that they're very much it is the defensive philosophy. It is bend, don't break. They are playing kind of soft in between the 20s, but then in the red zone, played super well. I think we're top 10 in the country in red zone points allowed or something like that, which is super impressive. Even though if you just glance at our overall yardage, defense is not good, or it's kind of mid. I think it's maybe in the 60s or something like that in the country. So yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. You saw that too against Duke. We held them to so many field goal attempts. That one goal line stand was super impressive. Jordan Vandenberg took over. The D-line took over. It's good to see.
Yeah, the D-line definitely has been playing better the past couple games.
They've been getting a lot more pressure against Virginia Tech and against Duke. The pass rush has been night and day after the bye week, I feel like.
Yeah. All right, should we move on and talk about Syracuse game? Yeah. So I think at the beginning of the season, or maybe not the beginning, but a couple weeks into the season, this definitely looked like it could be a top 25 matchup. Syracuse had Steve Angeli, the Notre Dame transfer, who was leading the country in passing yards, and then he went down. I don't know, did he tear his Achilles or something in the Clemson game? I don't know. He has a season-ending injury in the Clemson game, and they have now replaced him with backup quarterback Ricky Collins, who is in his third year of college, I think. He started out at LSU. He sat behind Nussmeier and whoever else their quarterback was before him. But I guess it wouldn't have been Jaden Daniels. Yeah, Jaden Daniels. Yeah, Jaden Daniels. I couldn't remember if he was.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that's only 2 years ago. Yeah, but and then he transferred to Q's. And Fran Brown, I was listening to something earlier, and he said, in the preseason, it was 51% Angeli, 49% Ricky Collins. That's just some coach talk bullshit, because this kid is just not played good. I heard I was watching some Syracuse people talk about it, and they described him as pissing down his own leg, and he gets booed off the field. I feel bad for the kid, but at the same time, he's nobody deserves to get talked about like that. But he's I thought he was a freshman or something. And I was okay, he's thrown 7 picks in his last 3 games. He's really struggled, but he just doesn't look like he's cut out to be a Power 5 quarterback, at least right now. He might come out against us and play a better game, but from everything I've seen so far, I think his confidence is fucked. I think they've just been struggling on offense. He hasn't been able to throw the ball. They haven't been able to rush the ball. I mean, when you can't run the ball, it's hard to throw the ball. You know what I mean? It goes hand in hand. And I have a few other things to hit on as well that I have in my notes, but I wanted to see I don't know, what are your guys' just initial thoughts about the game and stuff like that?
I honestly, I haven't paid any attention to Syracuse. Yeah, I think he did get benched for a true freshman.
Yeah, he got benched last game. I don't know if the freshman did, but I listened to Fran Brown's press conference. He said they're going with that's their guy. What's the backup's name?
Ricky Collins.
Yeah, he said in the press conference. I listened to the Georgia press conference. He said Ricky's their guy. They're not starting the backup. They already said so.
Yeah. So he's staying in the game.
Fair assumption that's who we're going to be playing. Now, I don't know, by the end of the game, depending on the score, we could see the other guy. I really think it could be a toss. I think we just need to not... Syracuse has a horrible offense, or a defense, too. Their defense is not very good either, so that's why they're the way they are. I think their offense really carried them in the beginning of the season, but now they just don't have... I mean, they did get 7 sacks against Pitt.
I was about to say that. Well, no, but Pitt... I mean, I saw that too. I was watching the game, and I was like, holy fuck, like, either Pitt has one of the worst offensive line in the country, or Syracuse's D-line, and just they were dialing up blitzes and getting pressure on the quarterback, like, every single play. And then I looked it up, and, like, I saw that Pitt's ranked 128th in the country in sack percentage given up on offense, or when they're on offense. So, like, I think that their offensive line just fucking sucks. Because Syracuse is, like, not ranked very highly in any defensive metric. But, I don't know. I think they'll get a little bit of pressure on King. Like, I think their defensive line is the best part of their defense. Their DBs and linebackers look pretty bad. But, like, I don't think that that's going to, like, change the game.
Yeah, I'm looking at... Let me look at the stats for total defense, see where they're at.
I think the one thing I'd like to say, I kind of want to see, like, our offense really do this game is, like, it seems like pretty much, like, half the games, it's either, like, we'll come out, like, guns blazing, or, like, first half, it's kind of like we should get shut out. And, like, we can, like, make adjustments, like, during a quarter or whatever. So it seemed like within Duke, like, we made adjustments in the second half that paid off. But it was, like, it seemed like we waited too long. And, like, I feel like against, like, top 25 teams, and if, like, you know, we go up against, like, someone who's having a good day, like, that's going to, like, fry us. If we're, like, kind of like how in Wake, like, we were down, like, what, 17-3? Like, we can't be doing that. So I feel like we need to start, like, mixing up our offense, like, more, like, at the start of the game, rather than, like, passing in the second half.
I think you hit the nail on the head, too. I think a huge part of that, too, is both those teams where that happened, Wake Forest and Duke, they both had bye weeks the week before. They were playing at home, so they just had prep time, you know? Mm. And Syracuse did not have a bye week. They played Pitt. So hopefully we don't see a first half where we just, like, look out-coached or looks like they just have a better game plan, right? Yeah. And then the second half, it's just like we adjust and pull away. But
one thing I looked it up, by the way. Wait, I wanted to say I looked it up, by the way. Syracuse is in some stiff competition. They're ranked 115th in total defense, right below Stanford, or right above Stanford, but right below West Virginia. And somehow Oregon State is higher in total defense. I don't know how, but Oregon State is higher in total defense.
That's crazy. Yeah, so I mean, I think we shouldn't struggle scoring on them. I really wouldn't think.
Yeah, knock on wood.
I think one thing that we
need to look at their rush defense, though.
Huh?
For rush defense, their rush defense is the strongest part of their game. But I think what the Duke game showed me is that King is actually... They're 79th in rush defense. Their rush defense is actually better than ours, but King actually can pass. Like, whenever there was that play with the zero blitz on that third down, and the guy was right in front of King's face, and he immediately throws the ball and gets the completion for the first down, that's like a senior QB level play. I think he's underrated throwing the ball, so... Yeah, I will say.
I agree.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, 200 passing yards, right? Or over 200, right?
They don't 20 for 20. They don't call a lot of plays where he can get a chance to, like, prove himself that he can throw it down the field. Like, they need to call more of that. Like, I think this would be a good game to start doing it.
They're playing ball control.
I mean, I get it, and I think it's important against. Yeah, but you can't play scared though. Like, you play scared, you lose.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
But I get.
No, we've seen that. We've seen that a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like what I was saying.
I'm thinking of a specific game in Athens last year.
We played that whole entire second half on our heels, bro. That's like when we were the worst.
We played it like we were up 40-0. We actually played it like we were up 8 scores. It's
when you're
I
like
think we were up like 2 scores or something.
When you're like at Alabama or UGA or someone who's like, has like the highest level players, like you might be able to do that just because your guys are so much better. You might be able to hand the ball off 10 times and go down and score. You might be able to play soft coverage and like weak zone and like be able to like force a stop or something like that. But like when you're at Georgia Tech and you're doing like you got everything going right in the first half, and that's like one of the things I'm really scared of is going to happen like this season. Like not even just against UGA, like it could happen in any game because I mean we were up that game. What was the score at halftime? 27-3 or something like that in the UGA game.
Yeah, like 24-3.
It wasn't that much, but yeah, I mean, I think it was like
17-0. It was 17-0.
Yeah. So I mean, like that could happen, and like we might go up 17-0 against Syracuse. Obviously, Syracuse is not as good as Georgia was last year, but like if we just play on our heels, like that's exactly what a shitty quarterback. No offense to whatever Ricky Collins, but like that's exactly what a struggling quarterback, like if you give him like soft coverage and like he can just complete those easy 15-yard passes and he gets his confidence up because like we're playing weak coverage and we're playing soft, like I don't know, we haven't done it as bad this year, I don't think, not that I can think of at least, so hopefully we keep that up. But yeah, that is like actually my pet peeve because I sent the video or the picture of the group chat. I got the final drive where Oregon was had the ball against Indiana with a couple minutes left, down 10, and Indiana is still playing their defense, and they ended up getting an interception. Like I don't know, that was a little mini side rant, but another thing.
Speaking of defense, wait, can I give some shout outs real quick from the Duke game on defense? Because okay, this is the first time I'm seeing us play defense without Mark Harvey in literally 3 years, and Harvey I think has been pretty much a lockdown corner for us. I think he's been really, really good. But I will say Omar Daniels stepped up at safety. Like the hit stick he had on the goal line that led to the next play, the fumble. Mm-hmm. Remember, that fumble does not happen without Omar Daniels being there right before on the hit stick, like on the previous play to stop it from going in the end zone.
Yeah.
And he picks it up, smart play, doesn't jump on it, like picks it up, goes and tucks it, gets the touchdown, right? A lot of players would have just jumped on it. So that was awesome. Also, Tajay Butler, I don't know if y'all remember. I think it was a third down. He dropped deep and covered,
and he like stuck his arm out. And
it was like
it.
Yeah. It was like a beautiful pass breakup.
That was a hell of a play.
Yeah, I was like, we haven't seen the linebackers do that too often recently, have we? I'm not gonna, yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good play. I remember that one.
Also, like I know, like there was some rough 50-50 balls on the DBs, but like there were some that they just came down with or broke it up at least. Like I know Jai Gilmore had one on his zero blitz. That was pretty awesome. Jai Gilmore had such a good game. I think he was our best defensive transfer this year.
He was the highest
so good
DB.
Out of the nickel.
He had the highest PFF score for DBs, yep.
And looking at the highest graded PFF scores.
Stone's probably just as good, Garrett, but I agree. Based on availability.
Who'd you say is just as good?
Stone.
I could see it, yeah, for sure.
Okay, can I just make a call out? Anthony Carey just scored a touchdown on Kennesaw State in for FIU.
Are they playing right now?
Draw.
Yeah, they're playing right now. I just saw that. I was like, Carey, who the hell is that? And
Scooter.
it said Anthony Carey. I'm like, you gotta be.
Yeah.
Dude, what a legend.
You guys are freaking in love with him.
legend.
The year we had him.
Dude,
what the
he just didn't really like
I do want to say like
here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
okay, but
our top PFF scores were Matthew Alexander, Tajay Butler, Jai Gilmore, Jason Moore, and Jamal Haynes. Well, the Haynes King was above all of them, but other than Haynes King. Haynes King graded out like an NFL quarterback, by the way.
Dude, he played a really good game, man.
Dude, he's so disrespected, I feel like.
Dude, he's
just Heisman talks.
It's because
talking about like
rewatch the deep throw to Patterson, the one we were all complaining about.
He just missed it.
Patterson high-key slowed up.
He's also not that fast. Like he's like a big receiver, but he's not like the speedy. Like he's not as fast as Kane. He's probably one of the slowest receivers. Like he's really good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, King should have hit him. Don't get me wrong, but I think Patterson slowed up because you saw he was so open. Like he just wasn't trying to outrun like King's arm. I had to rewatch it, but I'm pretty sure that's part of it.
I think a lot of the reason why King gets disrespect, or not even, I don't know that disrespect is the right word. I think he gets slept on because people just like to pull that whole like, oh, Haynes King's just a fucking dog. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, he is a dog. But, like, people don't, like, realize or appreciate, they don't see him like that. He can throw the ball. And, like, last year he was hurt. But, like, this year he's
running the offense.
He's looked really good throwing the ball. Like, he's looked, I think he's one pick. I think he's only thrown, like, 4 touchdowns. But, like, it's because, like, most of the time, like, we don't need him to throw a touchdown. He can, like, he either runs it in or, you know, something else.
Yeah.
But, like, he has looked phenomenal throwing the ball. Like, definitely, like, I don't know. I don't think he's throwing it quite at the NFL. Yeah, that was a great throw and a great catch. That was
actually 2, because the touchdown throw to Canyon that got called back.
That was bullshit.
Which is going to suck at the end of the year when it comes to Heisman voting. But it's just one more stat.
I don't think one touchdown pass.
Canyon took 3 steps and then went down.
Yeah, that rule needs to get looked at because there's been a lot of times this season. I remember in the Clemson LSU game, first game of the season, LSU had a touchdown. I think they ended up scoring on the drive anyways, but like the guy, like, it's very, very similar. Like, he took like 2 steps like before he got in the end zone, and then he crossed the plane, and then he like fell down like out of bounds, and like the ball came out, and it was initially ruled a touchdown on the field, and then they went back and reviewed it and overturned it. And I feel like it's one of those things where, like,
crazy.
when you slow it down, it looks like, you know, you kind of trick yourself in your head, and you be like, oh, like, you know, he goes down, he doesn't control it, and it makes you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, and you like, I think it's ridiculous. Like, I think if you get 3 feet down and like you like make a move or whatever, make a football move, like why isn't it the same as like the second the ball crosses the plane, like when you're running it in, it's a touchdown? Like, how is that any different?
Right. I agree. If I'm a defensive coach, I'm telling my players to not listen to the whistle and just go try to kill the receiver every single time if you're in the end zone. Like, because we saw it there. Canyon literally took 3 steps and then was getting hit, and then he got brought down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they ruled it not a touchdown. I was like, dude, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Let me see what else.
I want to say, shout out to the defensive line. Jason Moore and Matthew Alexander getting high grades as really backup defensive tackles after Akilo Stone and Vandenberg, I would say. It's pretty huge. I'm not even sure you can call them backups anymore because Akilo Stone's out, but Matthew Alexander was getting pressure up the middle as a defensive tackle.
Dude, he's been playing good.
Making Darian Mensah roll out of the pocket.
Yeah. He's been playing really good. Something else that
I'm so excited about. We have a pass rush now.
Dude, it's definitely better.
That's like the news of the century.
Yeah. Something else I wanted to mention that I noticed, like, in the Pitt game was, like, even though, like, I think Syracuse, like, their defense isn't very good, and they might have only been doing this because, like, they knew that Pitt just could not protect the quarterback, but they were dialing up, like, they were blitzing, like, multiple guys, like, every third down. Like, they were sending, like, the house, like, almost every time. And, like, I don't know if they're going to do that against us. So I think it's going to be important, at least towards the beginning of the game. Like, King's a veteran, experienced quarterback. I'm not real worried about him. Like, I don't think he, like, folds under pressure or anything like that. But I think, like, I know that, like, sometimes design quarterback run on 3rd and long, 3rd and medium is, like, I don't know, it's not the right play call, but I think that could be something to look for in this game because, like, you know, he drops back and then he hits the design run and there's, like, 6 guys crashing down and he runs by them. There's going to be no one to stop him there. That, or, like, just getting the ball out quick on a quick pass because I think, like, Syracuse knows that, like, they're going to have to, like, for them to win, they'd have to probably force us to turn the ball over 3 times or something like that. So I think they're going to play... risky. I think they're going to, you know, try to do everything they can to, like, throw us off and go all out. And you might see them kick a fucking onside kick knowing Fran Brown. Didn't he do that against us last year? Or am I making that up?
I don't remember.
But, I mean, yeah, like, you're going to see them go balls to the wall trying to do some crazy shit. They're probably going to send a lot of guys at King.
They should stack the box. Yeah. Like... At the end of the day, I mean, we're talking about the reason behind King missing that deep ball, but he missed it. Like, it wasn't a completion, so for whatever reason it happened, if you're Syracuse, make him do it. You know?
Yeah,
I think he will do it if they keep stacking the box. But, you know,
yeah,
it's an opportunity.
I think we need to, like...
That's why I was thinking, like...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I think for the game plan, we got to start like Syracuse would be like a perfect opportunity to like give Haynes King more deep ball practice because I feel like he probably missed that ball just because we don't practice it, and it probably if that I don't know who's the wide receiver, Garrett, that missed
Dean Patterson.
Yeah, Dean Patterson. Yeah, he maybe it was just like the what is it called? The connection was bad between them. They don't have the chemistry, so I feel like this would be a great game to give King like more chemistry with the wide receivers. So that would, like,
or Eric Rivers,
big game, or Eric Rivers,
All-American last year, by the way.
I don't really understand why they had him running that route there. Like because like I feel like he's definitely got a better feel for like throwing that deep ball to Rivers or to Kanian. Like I just feel like that was kind of a strange I think like he should be able to make that throw and that hopefully like over time like through the rest of the season they'll be able to like hit that connection like Connor said with some like practice and also just some like chances in games. So yeah, I think that's a good point. I do hope we kind of let King have an opportunity to air the ball out and yeah.
We need the Rivers King connection because I feel like that's also like has like at least the deep ball because I feel like he's dropped a lot of deep balls.
Rivers is on pace for 23 receptions, 260 yards. Or that's what he has right now, sorry. Yeah, 23 receptions, 260 yards, 1 touchdown. He had 1,200 yards last year, 12 touchdowns. Like, I'm not saying I was expecting him to come up to the Power 4 and reproduce that, because that would be crazy, like, top 10 draft pick numbers against the teams we play, but still.
Yeah, I feel like we should get him the ball more.
Like, I think we'll see it. The tight ends have been super involved. The running backs have been bottled up. The teams might try to bottle up the tight ends, and hopefully that opens up the deep passing game to the receivers maybe now. Also, the screen game wasn't really there. Like, it's gonna have to happen.
Yeah. I think we need to I think we really need to try like at the beginning of this game to figure out a way to get the ball to Malachi and Jamal like in space, because like I think it's probably like I've never played football, but I played other sports, and a lot of times it's like a mental thing when like you had a bad game or you've had a couple bad games. Like Jamal hasn't had a good game, and he needs to have a good game. Like, but I think like we need to figure out a way to get them the ball in space, either if it's like kind of that like side to side running game or getting them the ball more on screens or on different passing plays, like because I think like once that happens and they kind of get that big 10 or 15 yard play, that boosts their confidence, that kind of gets everything going and can help them kind of get back to what they're doing and help us kind of run our counter up the middle like we're good at the start of the season and last year, but kind of just hasn't been there the past couple weeks. So hopefully we can I think like we'll like definitely have a better chance of just running the ball against Syracuse, because even though that's their best part of their defense, it's still not great. But I think like figuring out other ways, like getting creative, I guess, like in the run game is kind of what I'm trying to say. I want to see it because we do it a lot with like end arounds to the receivers and stuff like that, and other ways. But one thing, sorry, I'm talking a lot right now. You guys can cut me off. But one other thing I wanted to add was I really like how we sometimes give them like the 2-back look this year. I don't think we really did that last year. Where we'll put like one of them in, or like we'll put Jamal and Malachi in and have one of them in as like the fullback. I like that a lot. Or even Maddox now that he's back.
Dude.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Hosley is the fullback. I feel like is probably our number one best third and short play we have.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Or under center.
Better than Haynes King.
Yeah.
Haynes King under center too.
Yeah.
We've seen it work this year. I haven't seen them go back to it, but I was looking at Jamal Haynes' stats.
I meant to mention that.
What were you saying?
I was going to say that the Hosley fullback I've been loving, and I meant to mention that. It was a good shout.
Yeah. I've liked it too.
He's hit some huge blocks, genuinely, on long runs.
He has. Dude, shout out Bailey Stockton too, he's been blocking well.
Yeah. Yeah, that long run King had before he scored. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about, the play before?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was throwing right behind Stockton. I remember seeing the play, and Stockton was like 20 yards downfield or something blocking. Yeah.
Hell of a play. The tight ends need to do a better job, though. The first half, the tight ends could not block for shit. I remember we were texting in the group chat with your dad, and the tight ends just were not blocked. They weren't blocking on running plays. They weren't blocking on screen plays. And that was the reason why that just wasn't there. I think part of the reason why it just wasn't there. And I don't know I don't know, maybe Duke just kind of knew it was coming and they just planned for it. I'm sure it's part of it, but yeah, that needs
They
to
have a
get
good
better.
D-line, too, and linebackers.
Mm.
Yeah, Jamal Haynes. Yeah, it turns out having an NFL tight end is kind of a luxury. Kind of missed that from last year with Jackson Halls.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Yeah,
man.
Jamal Haynes hasn't averaged. He averaged 5 yards a carry against Virginia Tech, but that's the only time he's done that against a Power 4 team.
Yeah.
His best games against a Power 4 team were Colorado 16 for 65 and Virginia Tech 14 for 69. It's not bad, but like he's missing like. If I look at last year, I think he had some better games for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think he definitely
Has
had a
been
better season.
awesome, though.
Dude, Hosley's been really good. The Virginia Tech game, he had, what, like 120 yards or something like that? 130 yards?
Yeah, I think so. Also, on not a lot of carries is the thing.
Yeah, I think he only had like 10 or 11 carries.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't like really ever like super want us to like just kill someone and run up the score, but like if there's a time where I want to do it, it's now. Fran Brown is just a total fucking piece of work. Like he said, "Go Dogs" in that one interview. Like he took shots at Brent. He played that stupid game last year where he was trying to make it like Key said he like didn't know him or something like that, which was just not true. He's just a total fucking just dweeb piece of work. I think he got lucky.
Yeah.
I also just don't think he's a good coach. Like and like they have 9 or 10. I think they went 10-3 last year, but he had lightning in a ball. He had an NFL quarterback. You know what I mean? He had Kyle McCord. Then he had Steve Angeli, and now you give him someone who's not great, and look what they are. So I don't know. I think he's just a fucking lucky motherfucker, and I don't think I don't know. I can't stand him.
So I opened up the ESPN stats, which I think have tended to underrate us this year because it had Duke at like a 70% win chance, has us at an 86% win chance, and the spreads it opened at least at 17.5.
It's a big
It looks
spread.
like it hasn't changed at least on ESPN.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
I think we cover it though. Honestly, I think we do.
We better.
I hope so.
Pitt won by
Put the bag
17.
on it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Also, speaking of running up the score, it starts to become important with playoff stuff. Like the FPI, the Sagarin rankings, the SP Plus stuff, just like quality of wins, your stats and stuff, all that stuff matters to the committee. And it kind of sucks, but like you've seen Ole Miss play that game with their group of 5 teams and FCS teams. That stuff matters, unfortunately. So
it sucks that like both the Duke game and the Virginia Tech game, they kind of
It's a
scored
revenge game.
meaningless touchdowns. Like at the end of the game, like we could have won the Duke game 27-10, but they ended up getting that touchdown with like a minute left and like getting the 2-point conversion. And same thing against Virginia Tech. I mean, we had backups in and they went down and scored a touchdown. Like both of those games could have looked even better than they did, but
yeah, agreed. Duke was still impressive even with the garbage time, just because of the spread was 3.5 towards them. We won by 2 scores, so it's like 14-point swing.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think is why we were ranked 7. I think if we had won just by 3 or 4, kind of a toss-up type game, then I definitely think we would have been like 10th. But it was kind of a prove it type of game.
Yeah, I think Connor might be frozen.
Hey Connor, can we get cameras on, please?
Oh man, let me text him because he might not be able to hear us. Oh, his Wi-Fi just died.
Yeah, fair.
That is.
Oh dang.
Well,
I guess it's time for the hotspot.
I mean, we can just keep talking until he gets back. Yeah, dude. Uh-oh. Cameras are all fucked up on the screen. Oh, it's fine. Whenever he comes back, it should be fixed. I guess I don't know. What else is there for us to hit on with this game? I think we've kind of talked about
Playoffs.
everything. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool to talk about that.
I don't know enough about Syracuse. I don't want to disrespect them. I just don't know. I've only watched us this year. For the
I
most
haven't
part.
watched very much of them other than like the first game, and I watched the Clemson game, and I just watched the condensed game with the Pitt game. But other than that, that's really all I know about them, and like from what I've read and heard.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think us not playing them off a bye week and being at home, I think it should be a good game for us. But
yeah,
I saw someone talking about the playoff picture, and talking about I think it was 680 the fan, and they were talking about how if we lose to Georgia and lose the ACC championship game, then we're probably out. And I was like, I don't know.
No.
I don't know about that. I think maybe it depends on how we win, but I think that's a little bit ridiculous.
If we're 11-0 going into UGA, there's as long as we don't get like blown out in both of those games, which I really don't think that's going to happen. Like especially against UGA, we might lose, but we're not. I don't think we're going to get blown out. I mean, we played them close now the past 3 years. Like last year, obviously the whole bullshit. The year before that, we lost by 8 points, and then the year before that, we didn't get killed. Like we lost by
I think we were almost tied at halftime that year, and that was
that was that Jeff? That was 2020 through
2022 is Brent Key's interim year.
Yeah, and that was on the road. I mean, and even then we weren't that good that year.
Second half, they were a lot better. That was also one of Georgia's best teams, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, did they win the national championship that year? I think they did.
I think that might have been the national championship.
I think that's the year they beat TCU by like a bajillion points.
Yeah, it was 10-7 at half. It ended up 37-14. Like they were better. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but we didn't get killed. Like we didn't get blown out.
Yeah, especially considering that team was a lot worse. I think than
for sure.
The teams now.
Yeah,
especially this team. Like this team would kill 2022 Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I think most of the time.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, I don't know. I saw like a lot of the projections had us playing like USF at home. Like I don't know if that's assuming. I think that was assuming we. I can't remember because I feel like a lot of them have Miami put above us. Well, actually, maybe you know what it was. Well, it would be so dumb because I kept seeing stuff and it was like I think it was like Miami at 4 and us at 5, and then like us playing. USF at home because they're the 12 seed. But like, what would that scenario be that they would be ranked 4 and we'd only be ranked 1? Because I feel like if we played them in the ACC championship and lost, we would drop. Especially if we already lost to UGA, I think we'd drop probably like 9 or 10. Like I think we'd be kind of close to the bottom.
For sure.
So I don't know. That's just a little strange. Like, so we're talking about potential playoff.
I wonder what our playoff odds are right now.
It's like
not
40,
trying to get ahead of ourselves, but
it's like 40%. I saw like the graphic earlier. I can probably find it right now.
I think right around 40 is kind of fair. I've been thinking about this a lot actually. Not to obviously get over our heads, but my thoughts. Or just since I'm joining late, is I feel, let's say we went out, up until UGA, which is completely, I think, reasonable to say and like pretty fair.
Yeah, Pitt's really good, but yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a tough game, but like paper.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I'm saying I feel confident about our odds if we win like UGA or like an ACC championship game. I think if we lose both, we're like right on the border, and it's like. I can see us getting completely fucked, even if we go like 11-1 with like us to like ACC conference like contender.
Yeah. Also, I think that's true because the playoff committee again rewards, but the committee loves quality losses.
That is true.
Only if it's an SEC team. Only if it's an SEC team.
True.
That's true. But we're playing an SEC team.
You know what would be actually so ridiculous, though? If Alabama and I get it. They beat UGA, but like if they go and they play UGA again in the championship game and they lose that, they're still in for sure. But like their loss was to fucking Florida State, and they didn't get like they got beat pretty. It wasn't really close. Like I mean, it wasn't a blowout, but like they lost by 2 touchdowns, and it's just like everyone's like, oh, whenever it's like that, people are just like, oh, it's the first game of the season, like. You know, like, if they play... I kept seeing so many fucking people saying, if they played again today, oh, Alabama would kill them. Like, you can't say that. They already lost. Like, you can't just fucking say that. And that's the thing that pisses me off. Like, the fact that we might lose 2 games at the end of the season to, like, 2 top 10 teams and not get put in the playoff, but Alabama, who loses to one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the ACC, is, like, already, like, a lock, is, like... a complete joke. And, like, I get that they have better wins than us. And I'm not saying that I think we're better than Alabama. I think Alabama's a better football team than us. Like, that's not what I'm saying. Like, but it's just a joke. Like, that, the whole, like, fucking way that the media and the fucking reporters gaslight themselves into, like, circling around saying that the SEC is just so far and above everyone else is like, a complete, like, joke. And it's even more so the way that they like, defend it. And the way that they like explain it, like it's like I agree that the SEC is probably the best conference. Like I think I don't think it's quite as big of a gap as those fuckers want to like admit, but they definitely are better than us. But like the way that they justify it to me is just completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Dude,
I will say the good thing is
everyone's playing T-ball and they're the MLB. Well, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the team at the bottom of the ACC standings. Let's check the ACC standings right now. Where's Alabama?
They're the first. They're first in the SEC.
Are they first in the SEC?
I mean, they haven't lost. They might be tied for first, but I think they are 4-0
Yeah,
in the
because
SEC.
the only loss is out of conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're tied for first in the SEC with A&M. Okay. ACC standings. I think, has Florida State won a game in the ACC?
Nope. They haven't won a game in the ACC in over a calendar year.
Yeah, so they're literally tied for last. So, yeah, saying this whole narrative, I think the SEC is deeper and better than the ACC. But yeah, I think it's a huge part of it is because the media narrative has been so consistent. It's just been an absolute masterclass propaganda campaign from SESPN. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I just think
like it would make like a dictatorship blush. Like dictatorship should hire whoever is running the SEC's media campaigns. You know what I mean?
I think the thing Connor said about Pitt in Texas, was that you, Connor, that was saying that in the chat, or was that?
I think Duke and Texas have the same.
Oh, Duke and Texas,
yeah. Same record going into that week.
And I mean, Texas lost to Florida's not good, man. Like I get that the Swamp is a hard place to play in, but they're not good. Like Duke lost to, at the time, a top 10 team in the country, and then they lost on the road to a good Tulane team. Like they shouldn't have lost the Tulane game. Like I think that they probably win that game most times out of 10, but that day they just Tulane was better than them. But like it's just like what's so different between those two teams? Like what good win has Texas had?
Texas did just have that Oklahoma, which
that's true. I forgot about that.
Pretty solid. I forgot about that as well, but I think still it's just like, and then they barely fucking beat Kentucky, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is great SEC ball, guys."
Yeah, it's a joke. Kentucky's terrible. I think Kentucky is the worst team in the SEC. Like they're so bad. And I think we'll probably see Louisville whoop their ass at the very end of the season. And I mean, I hope. I mean, not that I hate cheering. I hate doing that, but I hate having to root for the ACC. Like it pains me to watch it pained me to watch FSU play Alabama and me pick FSU just because since I grew up a Clemson fan, and even as a Tech fan, I hate FSU. I don't like them. I want them to lose. But now because of the whole SEC thing, I'm gonna root for them because I don't want to see the stupid SEC people just keep going on and on about it. You know.
Yeah, I didn't realize this, by the way. We're the only team in the ACC that's 4-0 in conference.
Yeah.
The other two teams that are undefeated are Virginia and SMU. They're 3-0. And the only other teams that have played 4 games and are above 500 are Duke and Pitt. They're both 3-1. So again, beating Duke was huge in conference for ACC championship odds.
I really don't understand
Pitt's
how
going to be a tough game.
I really don't understand how SMU, like, they look terrible in their two of their out of conference games against the two Big 12. They played I think Baylor and TCU. At Baylor, like, they lost like by 3, but they gave up like almost 50 points. And then TCU, they look terrible, and then they come into the ACC and, like, I guess they haven't really played anyone yet. Like, now that we know that Clemson's terrible, Clemson's playing with a backup quarterback, but, like, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't really get it. I think they play Miami though, so.
Yeah. And to be fair to the people trashing the ACC, I mean, that's where the perception comes from. Like SMU's near the top of the conference is 0-2 out of conference against their Power 4 teams. Duke was 0-2 out of conference. Who else? Like, there's some teams that have lost their out of conference games, you know?
Yeah.
Virginia is technically 0-1 out of conference against NC State, which is really funny.
Yeah, it's so weird to me that they lost that game.
Yeah.
I don't think
Wow,
UVA
the
is quite as
ACC's
good
conference
as.
record's so bad.
Yeah. I don't think UVA is quite as good as, like, every time I watch them, like, for example, in the Louisville game, I don't know if y'all watched that, but to me, the whole time, Louisville just looked better. They just had a few mistakes that cost them the game. Because, like, and when you look at the box score, like, I think they had more yards. Chandler Morris, like, he did not have a good game. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like they, and obviously now we know that Florida State's really not that good. Still an impressive win because I think that kind of broke them. I think if they had won that game, I think that they're probably a pretty different team. But still, I don't know that Virginia is quite as good as maybe we thought they were at first.
Yeah. Who would you least like to play in the ACC that we haven't played yet?
Miami.
I guess, yeah, that's actually Miami, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I'd still, yeah.
Other than Miami.
Probably Louisville.
Yeah, I'd be in between Louisville and Pitt. I guess Virginia too, but I think Louisville or Pitt scares me the most. I'm just scared of Pitt because the D-line stats, honestly. I don't want any of that.
But their
I feel like
offensive
Duke was
line is
living in
so
the
bad
backfield
too,
the
though.
entire first half. Yeah.
I'd rather play Pitt than
That bodes
SMU.
well.
I'd also just don't really want to play SMU just because I feel like their quarterback is pretty good. Even though he didn't start the season off well, he played really good last year, and he's looked a lot better in the past couple weeks.
Who did Pitt lose to? I think it was West Virginia, right? The rivalry game.
Yeah.
In like overtime too. I mean,
Another out-of-conference loss.
and that's a bad team. West Virginia's a bad team. They are not good. They've been getting killed like every week.
Overtime.
Yeah, it's like Pitt is a better team than West Virginia, like on paper, and they should have won that game, but it's a rivalry game, you know. They just weren't better that day.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I mean, if Pitt played them again today, they'd win. So, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. They have a rough ending for the... Oh, wow. They have a super rough ending.
Last year?
Schedule-wise.
Oh,
Notre
okay.
Dame, at Georgia Tech, Miami. This year.
And we're right in the middle of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Hey, they play Notre Dame the week before. They don't have a bye.
And then they play Miami after. So
I mean,
like,
that's
it's brutal.
that's better than, like, the alternative. Because we could have been in Notre Dame slot, and then because they're at Stanford and then they have a bye week, if they come to play us, that would have been a little bit tougher.
Yeah. That's actually crazy. That's 3 potential playoff teams, like, back to back to back.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. One thing I don't think we've mentioned thus far is that I think like Miami, like I think the rest of their schedule, I could be wrong, I heard someone say this, but like for the rest of the season, like they don't have like any more buys. Like I think like the next 6 or 7 weeks, like they just like are playing football. And it's like that's just like, I guess I don't know if that's like luck of the draw or just like, 'cause you probably don't have control over when your bye weeks are, but like that just sucks.
Yeah.
Like I feel like our bye weeks are like perfectly placed.
Yeah, so I can't complain about our bye weeks this year. The only thing I could complain about is not playing on a Thursday night the week before Georgia, since they play a really, really bad Group of 5 team in Charlotte. That's like, I think they would lose a lot of good FCS teams, honestly. Temple blew them out. But yeah, I think you're right, Connor. Like, they are perfectly spaced out. I think it's 5 games and 4 games and 3 games.
Who are they playing again?
12? Yeah.
Who'd you say they're playing?
They're playing Charlotte.
Oh,
Georgia,
Charlotte's in the AAC now, but they're absolutely garbage. They're like they're probably the worst Division 1 team. Like FBS
yeah, Temple
team.
blew them out.
Yeah, they're just
I know,
awful.
I know what you mean.
They're so bad. They only moved up a couple years ago. I want to say 2 years ago.
Yeah,
It's crazy to me
kind of
that
like KSU.
yeah, it's crazy to me that, like, I guess KSU looks pretty good this year, but like it's crazy to me how good JMU was able to be right when they moved up, and then you've got teams like Charlotte and
Yeah,
KSU who are just awful. I mean, I think the AAC is probably a better conference
KSU's
to
not
be
awful
in.
this year.
I know that. I know. I meant like the past couple of years, because I mean last year they were so bad.
Yeah.
Dude, their coach. I don't know who he is. I don't know if it's a new coach. He should be in convos for like some sort of. I don't know if they would ever give coach of the year to a Kennesaw State football coach, but like he should get talked. That's pretty impressive, man. Like they're what 5-2. They're up by 14 at halftime right now against FIU. That's impressive stuff, man.
Yeah, it is.
Uh-oh. My screen got fucked
I'm
up.
scared to play NC State. I know we're looking ahead past Cuse, but at NC State, and it looks like because the game time's not announced yet, it looks like it might be getting flexed to a night game. NC State's a tough place to play already. That place at night. Do they have a bye week? I'm tired of playing on the road.
Hold on,
After teams have bye weeks.
my Discord crashed. So I might have to leave the call, but you guys can keep talking. It should still record.
Okay.
Yeah, can we get a double check on that, Garrett?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Because I think we've seen that's been quite the narrative this year.
It's crazy how like it actually makes a difference.
Yeah. It's been super obvious. Maybe it's just kind of random, but it really hasn't felt like that because it's just felt very scheme.
My Discord's just like frozen. Like I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?